Alright, one more Fortnite drawing here. In this case, we're going to draw the FortniteSteel. So let's go ahead and name this FortniteSteel, first and last. Bring this in. I'm going to sketch on the front plane. So bring that around. I'm just going to use my line tool for this. So now, as I go through, I do want to kind of pay a little bit of attention to some overall steel girders and sizes, just to kind of keep some things in mind here. So I'm going to bring this and make sure that that is a horizontal line. So we're going to make that 12 inches. I'm going to go up an inch. Yeah, we'll go up an inch. So, and then I'm going to kind of move this over. Now, I'm not going to be worried too much right now about the overall dimensions, but I'm going to kind of keep a few things in mind here. So we're going to place this. It's going to be at 8 inches. So I'm going to come back in. Now, line this up so you get that dotted line. So, and we can kind of get that in there. I'm going to make this 1 inch here, up here as well. Now we can kind of come in. Notice how it kind of locks in and picks up that dotted line. So in this case, we're letting it know that we want this to be coincident with that other line. So every time you get that, you can use that to help make some relationships here between the two. So let's place this one. This will be 1 inch as well. Kind of come in here. We're making these coincident with each other. So that's there. Bring this one in. And finish that off. Now, my shape looks kind of funny, and that's all right, because we still need to get some dimensional constraints in here. So we're going to start the first dimensional constraint that I want to put in is I want to make a dimensional constraint from here to here, and I want that to be 4 inches. So now notice how far over it went. So we kind of want this to be equal on all of these. So I'm going to now dimensionally constrain here to this one right there. We're going to make that 4 inches as well. And see how it pulls it over. It kind of brings that there. Now, we know that the distance from here to here is 4 inches. I don't need to dimensionally constrain. As a matter of fact, if I try to do that, it'll give me some red numbers probably because it's over constrained. It's saying, hey, you got 2 constraints there. Which one's more important? Do you need both of them? So now I've got 1 inch here, 1 inch there, and 8 inches right here. So if I add the 2 of those up, or the 3 of those, that's going to bring me to a total of 10. And I want to make sure that these angles here are the same way. Now I can dimensionally constrain this with an angle, so I can dimensionally constrain it by the size. So if you think about this, let's go ahead and try the dimensional constraint with the angle. So I'm going to go from here to there. Notice I can either come around this way with it, or I can go this way with it. So I'm going to go this way right now, and we're going to say 120 degrees. Notice how that moves that up. Now, I want the same constraint here. So we'll go here to zoom in if you need to. Get that in here. Oh, it's trying to lock me in, so I'm going to hit an escape on this. Let's try that dimension again. Instead of starting here, let's start from here and go to there. There we go. That works. Go ahead and click that to drop that in. So this dimension now, so I'm going to place that. That's going to be 120 degrees as well. And that brings everything in. Now, since I got that dimensional constraint, that's also kind of locking me in on my overall height. But let's just see what this is. So we're going to go from here to here. And notice that is 14.688. Now let's try and see if I wanted to say this and make this was 15 inches. Notice how I get all of those kind of going crazy with the red lines and everything. That's telling me your sketch can't be solved. It knows that the geometry is wrong. It knows that I can't have that type of a dimension because these other constraints are locked in. So in order to fix that, we've kind of got to delete something out. So I'm going to delete this constraint out. Now it allows me to kind of come up and do that. But the problem is now I'm no longer 120 degrees. So if I kind of take a look at this and notice now I'm at 124 degrees on there. That's not exactly what I want either. So we would kind of sit here now and let's think about what we might need to do to get this in. And in this case, maybe that angle is critical. Maybe it's not. Even if I wanted them to be the same, you can see if I'm at 124 degrees up here, at that and 120 down here, to change this would just be to put in 122 degrees here. So come back here and edit this and make this 122 degrees there as well. It still doesn't like that because of the sketch. So we're not going to do it that way either. So let's go ahead and I'm going to delete that out of there so we can get that. I'm also going to delete this one out of here. I think at this point it's still easier to dimensionally constrain by using endpoints. So I'm going to go from this endpoint to here, and we're going to say that's 3.5. So now we're also going to know then, or if you think about it, if we want 15 inches overall, we've got 1 inch here and 1 inch here and 8 inches there. That really means that we've got from here to here is 2.5, so 3.5 to there. I'm pretty sure if I take a look and I say from this dimension to this dimension is 3.5, lo and behold it is, and we're equal on that. All right, let me escape out of that. So we don't really need that dimension in there, so we already know what that is. Because we were doing some basic dimensions, or because when we came down and drew this on this side, we made sure that we were coincident between these. Everything on this side is exactly the same as the other side, and we're good to go on that. Now, if you didn't make sure that you got those yellow lines and that was coincident in it, you might need to go back over to this side and make some changes to that as well. But for right now, we're good to go. So I'm going to click the green check to get out of my sketch. And I am ready to go ahead and extrude this. So let's go ahead and extrude this. I'm going to click on that. Let's flip the direction going back in there. And if you think about this type of bar, in terms of steel, generally these come in 12 feet length. So we're going to make this 144 inches for a 12-foot length bar. So I'm going to go ahead and click my green check mark. So I've extruded that out. So we've got the actual bar here of steel. And one more thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to part 1. And we are going to basically assign a material to this. So let's kind of come back to our material library now. Now, as we go through, we don't necessarily want stainless, so we're looking for some type of a steel. So let's go see what we have. If we can get, there's some ductile iron, we might be able to use that, but let's see what they have if they've got a steel. So they've got hardened stainless steel, hardened carbon steel, hardened alloy steel. Usually not what we want in terms of actual structural steel. Let's see if we've got any type of structural steel that they allow us to use here. Kind of coming on down. Stainless. They just got some, they do have some steels of different grades, so that's good. So we can sit here, ask the steel, asked me, American Society of, I forget what that ASTM stands for. We'll have to kind of look that up. But A36 is a good material here, so I'm going to select that as the material. Notice it's given me different properties here. So Young's modulus, it's given me tensile strength, ultimate tensile strength, compressive yield strength, Poisson's ratio, density. So it's giving me lots of stuff that's going to be good for me in later time. So we'll go ahead and place that. We've made that material. If you wanted to go in and change the color on it, of course, we could kind of highlight everything. You guys know how to do this by now. Let's kind of select some appearance, and we'll say, oh, this is more of a dark gray like this. So that way you've got the actual steel color if you want it. So, and our FortniteSteel is finished. We're ready to go ahead and be done and turn that in.